Hello everybody and welcome on today's video. This is the, well, someone told me the name but I forgot, so you'll have to, I'll put it on the screen somewhere if I remember. This was the Christmas tree that we used as a, well, nice, fun, friendly challenge to do something with the trees that were not used anymore for Christmas. And I did a little styling. You might remember that this poor guy was covered in this, I don't know, foam. He's doing quite okay. He's have some growing tips. And now it's the end of April and I think it's time to put him in a little bonsai pot. So I picked the front, and I also think that, well, it would be better maybe to have a little bit of a slant for this tree, but slightly. So I have a little nice brown, not too complicated pot here, in which I want to plant this tree. So yeah, I need to get it out of the pot, and then I'm not going to do a whole lot of root work, but just get him in the pot, get some nice bonsai soil around it, and then let him grow. And next year we can start to work the roots a little more. So first of all, he needs to get out of the pot. So I'm going to get the camera a little closer. Okay, so it's a rather deep pot. Well, I'm going to need to remove half of the roots, I think, but okay, so it's going to be easy to get it out, that's for sure. Like to keep my little bamboo stick to be sure that I remember the front. Okay, so this is the front right in front of you, and like I said, I'm going to stand behind the camera. I'd like it to be more like this, and maybe a little bit, well, no, it's the angle is not bad at all. Maybe just ever so slightly like this. Okay, so I want it in this pot, so I need to cut somewhere here. Okay, so, well, let's do that. Might have to remove a little more, but prefer to do it gradually. Okay, so let's have a look. That should work, I think, but this is really the front, and I set the angle something like that. That should work quite nicely, I think. I don't want the tree straight in the middle, but okay. In order to make sure that the tree grows well, I'm going to rake out the roots just a little bit in the front, in the back, and on all sides, so that the new roots are not just growing in circles. But I'm not going to cut these, just opening them up and doing the same for the bottom part here. So I'm just removing some of this soil without cutting back the roots. Okay, so I'm going to pot this up now. I'm making a terrible mess. Okay, so a little tray here, so the front was here, and then I said that I would like to have it a little bit tilted, and this is going to work just fine. Okay, so first of all, well, of course, a drainage screen and a layer of nice and well draining bonsai soil, like so. And now the tree going in the pot. I wonder, should I put it a little more to the left or to the right? I think a little more to the right. Well, when you're looking at it. So I'm going to work this in, like so. Tuck the roots in as well as I can. And now just add the soil. I think I might moss this tree completely. Since I don't have to work the substrate between the roots, I don't really need a chopstick. I can just do it with my fingers. And in this case it's better because I just need to push all the roots down. That's good. I have a little slant and the tree is leaning slightly forward. Might just do a little more leaning forward. Okay, so just a little more substrate. Like so. There's a quite nice root spread here, which I like. And I'm going to get my moss now. So for those who watched some of my previous videos, you know that I like to grow moss in little trays, and that when the repotting season comes, this is a very handy thing to have. These trays are always kind of wet. That's because I want my moss to be nice and green, and moss loves water. So going to add some bits and pieces of moss all over the surface here and press it in. Okay. It changes the view considerably, adding moss. I really like it. Some people don't. My friend Sid Pavey from Sid's Trees always removes all the moss. I get the point, because sometimes the moss starts climbing up the trunk and then it damages the bark, which is true. So, but I try to keep a quite close eye on my trees, and if I see that that happens, I immediately intervene and get that off. So maybe just a little piece here in the front to close this, a little piece here on the side. You see, I have big carpets of moss, but I always try to rip pieces off and then replace it, because it gives a more natural growing pattern to the moss. It grows in little bumps, and that's a whole lot more natural. So this is cool. Okay. Just a little piece here. Yeah. And so my little, I don't know what tree, well, you should know now if you read what I wrote down, is in his first bonsai pot, well mossed up, and I think he looks kind of cool. So it's of course a very young specimen, and as you see we have some dead branches here, but I'm not going to touch it too much. I'm just going to let it recover and grow and gain some strength, and probably he's certainly going to stay 2 years in this pot, and that will be a good thing for this little guy. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.